Guys, what's going on? So I was sitting at work. I'm at work currently. I had to take my lunch break a little early to go ahead and do this because my phone was blowing up like crazy. My phone just started going off, and yeah, so when the first initial reports came out, I had a friend send me the report. That's when it started. I was like, look, this can't be true. There's no way in hell Sony would go ahead and decide to end the partnership after it's the first Spider-Man film to cross $1 billion. Not only that, it's the largest grossing film in Sony Pictures history. It would be stupid, right? So more and more people start, direct messaging me, tagging me. So I'm like, man, maybe I need to look into this shit. So now Deadline is reporting that Sony and Disney could not come up with an agreement for the terms to use Spider-Man in the MCU. So Sony decided we're just going to take Spider-Man back. Now, before everybody starts jumping on Sony's bandwagon and start, chewing them out, I actually did a little bit of research reading some of these articles, and apparently Sony was all for continuing with the same agreement. Sony was like, yeah, you guys want to stick to the same agreement? Absolutely, we're all in on the same agreement. That Disney would get 5% of the first weekend sales, or 5% of the opening sales or whatnot. Disney would get the 5% of those sales, and everything will stay in the same agreement. Well, Disney wanted 50% of the overall finances. And Disney's like, and Sony's like, no way, man. No way. So I look at this as more Disney being the villains than Sony being dumb and pulling them out. Because, like I said last night, I was like, there's no way. If Sony would pull Spider-Man out now, it would be the dumbest thing they ever done. And then the very next day, what happens? Spider-Man gets pulled out of the MCU. And I look at this, I'm like, this is the first Spider-Man movie to hit $1 billion. It's the highest grossing film for Sony. And this would be stupid on their part just to try to put them in Venom. It would be stupid. But when you look at it and you're Sony, you're like, hey, look, we want to do the same deal. And I firmly believe that Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige is willing to agree to that term. Bob Iger is the one that's like, no, we want 50%. And this is starting to look desperate on Disney, because Disney spent all that money trying to get Fox, right? Disney spent all that money trying to get Fox, and they lost money because of Dark Phoenix, and Dumbo didn't do well, and it makes Disney look like they're very money hungry. And this isn't a good look for Disney whatsoever. Does this mean that we can't come up with an agreement later on? Maybe Disney and Marvel, maybe this will come out publicly now, and Disney and Sony can come up with some kind of agreement now, because I think this paints Disney in the bad light. It's like Disney's the one is like, oh, we're money hungry, we want 50%. It's like, just let Marvel Studios produce it. Sony still finances it, ponies up the cash. Just let Sony do that, Marvel Studio produce it. That way we can keep everything the same. But Disney had different plans, and this sucks, and I blame Disney for this. Now, everybody knows I'm not the biggest Spider-Man Far From Home fan or Homecoming fan. I love Spider-Man in the Avengers movies and in Civil War. Not the biggest fan of his standalone movies. I definitely thought Far From Home was a massive improvement from Homecoming. A massive improvement. Everybody was looking forward to that third film. Is this gonna be like Amazing Spider-Man, where we don't get a third film? There's rumors that they're going to continue with a third film, just Kevin Feige is not going to produce it. Tom Holland's going to come back for it. So right now everything's up in the air. It's kind of crazy, but I'm telling everybody before, cause I already seen people posting on Facebook like, Sony, what the hell are you doing? What the hell's wrong with you, Sony? And I gotta be honest with you, I'm kind of taking Sony's back for this one, because they wanted to keep the agreement the same. Disney's coming in there like Darth Vader, like, I'm altering the deal, pray I don't alter it any further. And instead of like Sony being Lando going, this is getting worse every time, they were like, fuck it, we're not, like, fuck you. So good for Sony actually standing up against the man. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Like I said, this is all kind of coming out really crazy. I just got out in the parking lot. It's really hot. If you guys keep hearing me making this weird sound, I got the air conditioner on, but it's really hot out here. But anyway, guys, I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Hit that like, subscribe button, and I might live stream and talk about this later on in more depth tonight. So anyway, guys, be sure to leave your comments. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storm. That's my opinion.